Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Sai from the OFC podcast, and I'm here with the homies. I got Ellie,
Yep.
Haash,
Ooh.
and Hungry.
Yeah, who hungry?
I wanted to say
And
something.
shoot, okay, remember first episode we ever did, episode 0, we talked about the first teaser trailer that we saw the Cowboy Bebop live action in?
Right.
Man, y'all saw another trailer came out, man. And this one, I remember being a little bit hopeful. Like when I first saw it, I was like, this shit looks kind of cool. I kind of like how it looks. And they at least nailed the character designs, right? This trailer has me feeling the way, man. This shit looks horrible. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. It looks bad.
I ain't about to lie. I was trying to be the devil's advocate last time. I can't do it now. That shit is
bro. I was literally talking about. I was with the homies the other day. I was talking to them about it. I was like, nah, bro, it could be okay. Because they put the little teaser on Netflix, put the teaser on Twitter. I was like, it's kind of filmed like an old kung fu movie or blaxploitation film in certain scenes. Like there's a scene where the guy Spike is holding a pole and he's beating guys up with the pole, and the camera's attached to the pole that's smacking their faces. Kind of like a la old kung fu movies where you would put the camera on Bruce Lee's foot or whatever, and the camera would go where his foot went. But nah, this new shit, it looks bad, man. It looks bad.
I think maybe their intention was to give it that kind of feel, but not have it to actually be that. Well, we gotta actually watch how the episodes are gonna look. We can't just go off by what little trailer that they made,
Yeah,
but if it's
this
that,
trailer looks nuts.
It's gonna feel weird, man.
Yeah, for me, it felt like those old YouTube videos where people wanted to make their own versions of a story or of a movie, and so it felt like cosplayers out in some background place where you don't know, and they're just reenacting the story that they've seen. That's what it kind of felt like to me. And I was like, yeah, I had no hope for this.
Yeah. Our expectations were low, but shit.
I'm trying to hold out some level of hope, but as more and more things come out, it's not helping its case.
I think we should just wait and just and just hope that Netflix doesn't fuck it up. At the end of the day, this is not it's not any of the kind of is their fault for accepting, but we just gotta blame Netflix for what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know,
okay.
This ain't the first.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So then this begs the question, basically, is there any anime that we want to see a live action for? Because they've all been pretty trash for the most part. At least all the ones that are direct adaptations.
Okay. I have a few, some classics. I mean, so there are some films that have taken a lot of inspiration from anime, Paprika with Inception. What's the movie that we watched a long time ago?
Perfect Blue and
Perfect
Black Swan.
Blue and Black Swan, right? So another show or another series, another possible live action, is what about A Silent Voice? Would you guys to watch a live action of that? Or 5 centimeters per second? That would be dope.
Really anything that isn't just carried by animation about action sequences, I think could be a good live action movie.
For sure. And even some
I'd like to see it. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say some that are, I guess, more grounded in their action. So I'd watch a live action movie about a samurai, for example. I don't know what specific anime, but
Vagabond,
Samurai X Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah, a Rurouni Kenshin style.
That'd be great.
They did that.
Yeah. They have a live action of Rurouni Kenshin.
And I think Morgoth said that it was pretty good.
When was it made?
Can we troll?
It was recently. I don't know. I can.
Yeah,
I can check.
Can we trust Morgoth things?
Hey,
I don't know.
I'm gonna give it a shot, and I'll let you.
Yeah, that brother has odd taste, but I'll tell you what, if it was made before like 2010, I know it's mad racist shit in there. So
no, it's post. It's post.
Cool.
And this other voice you guys are hearing, if you guys remember from the Star Wars episode, Robi is back. What's good, Robi?
Hey, what's going on?
But yeah,
I think if they got the budget right for Yu Yu Hakusho, it's possible.
That's the thing with all of these. Like, they could have done Cowboy Bebop pretty well if they had the budget. Like, it seems like that's not like a super hard. Like, they're not doing supernatural shit in Cowboy Bebop. And the only part of the visual they nailed was like the space stuff.
But you think it's the budget, or it's the fact that they'd rather, like, they always look for these crazy named actors instead of going for people that actually, you know, like, can probably do the paper and do the role without like, and actually look a little bit more closer to the, you know, to the people and stuff, right? I don't know.
Well, I think they pick these actors because they don't have the budget.
I was about to say, I think that's
I don't know. Well, I think it's two things because Netflix clearly has the budget. They're throwing up shit every fucking day. I don't understand.
They're pushing this.
Cut half of that stuff and throw it into good projects and be fine with that.
This is the question. Do we know where the money's going? Is the majority of the budget going to the pay of the actors? Like, rather than
we have no clue.
You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the money?
I wish we had access. I wish we had access.
The money isn't going to the production.
Where are my taxes going, bro? That's what I
want to know. Basically, man.
But it's true. It is
one of those situations where, like, we're not gonna see like the money really go into the production and all the things that we want to see it go to until one of these movies hits. That's the thing. Like, one of them has to hit and break through, and then they're gonna actually invest money into it, which is ass backwards, but that's the way that Hollywood fucking works.
Right.
Except, you know, with the movies,
you can always see where the money doesn't go to.
Like, what was the movie? Alita Battle Angel. That's like a manga.
Oh, that was really good.
Oh, they did that, yeah.
And that was good. What's the other anime movie?
Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
They did really well.
They did that really well with that. So certain movies and certain studios are spending the bread. And they're reaping the consequences. Like, they're doing well. Like, every time they spend the money, they do pretty well. But Netflix specifically has not spent the bread. Huh?
Battle or Ghost in the Shell, are either of them getting a sequel?
No, but Ghost in the Shell they told the complete
story. It doesn't need
one.
Yeah, it doesn't need.
I don't remember if Alita had any more because I didn't actually read the manga. Keep it a buck with y'all. But yeah, I know they both made money. We can Google. But yeah, they both definitely made money. They were both successful. They both were reviewed pretty well.
I have a question. Do you think it's more do you think it's more expensive to make a show, like a really high quality show, versus a movie?
It's riskier.
Yeah, because I assume a show is kind of not more expensive to make than a movie, but to make a show look good.
I think there's more commitment to making a show than to just making a movie. Because you can one and done a movie.
With a movie, it's a one and done. And so if it sells good, it sells good. But if it doesn't, you're where you are. But with a show, you've already set out 10 episodes. And if it doesn't take off, then you still have to air those episodes, or you're just throwing out trash.
Or you get the Netflix treatment where...
Go ahead, sorry.
No, you get the Netflix treatment where you can do decent to a certain extent, but if you don't meet a certain quota, you're just gonna get axed. It doesn't really sound very fun.
Yeah,
because it kind of feels like we want movie cinematography and acting, right? And just overall, just I don't know, the whole package. We just want 10 different episodes of movie quality, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what we want.
I think
I mean, basically,
HBO does it all the time.
Yeah,
they've done it though. We've seen these studios do it. Netflix did it when they had those Marvel shows, where it was okay, they didn't have Marvel movie budget, but they had a good enough budget to sell the story. Especially with Daredevil and Jessica Jones, those are the two strongest of those shows in my opinion.
Yeah,
they did a good enough job to have us think, or to have us think that these people belong in the MCU, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Would you guys accept the live action of Evangelion?
No,
I would not have any.
Okay.
Not as a TV show. Not as a
Oh,
TV show.
definitely not as a
Not
TV
even
show.
as a movie, bro. I couldn't.
Not even
like,
as a movie. I couldn't.
And
I
look,
feel
man,
so
if
disrespected.
they did it and it came out amazing and paid respects to the source material,
Is that they have to? You know he's
that
not
would be
gonna let
like
that shit
Christmas,
slide,
bro.
dog. He ain't gonna let anybody just touch his work
Plus,
like
I can
that.
already see the CG mecha.
Oh man, looks
Oh.
horrible.
Evas. Oh god.
Because
They won't need that
the thing
Pacific
about
Rim
Ava
budget.
like animation is that the Avas are animated in a way where like they have a lot of weight. They're like living things. So they're animated both like humans with a robotic element with a really weighty element. And I don't know how well that will translate.
Dude, and just thinking about the angels. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Well, hold up. I got a question. We have all watched Transformers.
True.
Right.
So, like, I think they could do it. It'd just be really expensive. That's right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, are they gonna get Transformers budget or?
Yeah.
Pacific Rim is another one that is very crazy. Yeah, they're not gonna get that. If they had that budget, it'd be pretty nice to see it. But again, it depends who's doing it, man. Like if you're gonna be doing this like in like kind of like they did with Death Note, where they made this shit in the United States, I would not like that. That would just feel weird.
And they just ruined the story with that.
Yeah, I can't deal with them. I can't.
But and again, for
Hungry.
For TV shows, they need to make them TV shows. They can't, unless they're making like a standalone movie, because then they try and jam too much stuff into 1 hour, like an hour and 30 to 2 hours. But there's like you have 7-8 hours worth of content, like
for sure.
You know,
I would love TV shows like
numbers on those 2 movies, by the way.
Which ones?
Yeah, okay, I checked. Oh, you checked them?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Run them down.
All right. So Battle Angel Alita made $405 million worldwide, which sounds like a good number to me, but apparently is not what Fox was hoping for.
What was the production on it?
That's crazy.
Because
the production budget was 170.
I don't know how much it cost. Our production budget of 170, so they made well over their budget.
Oh, okay. Well, because what you have to think about is you have to recoup cost,
right?
And then you have to do marketing, and then there's all the costs that I can't remember, but you need like at least 2 to 3 times as much in sales that you need in production.
Right, and so they at least doubled their budget. The Ghost in the Shell movie, that only grossed like just under 170 million, and the production budget was 110. So,
so they lost a lot of money.
Whole lot.
Yeah.
Hey man, that Scarlett Johansson pick wasn't a good choice.
Look, man.
Oh my God, they did cast her. Oh.
Yeah. I think
that was a huge thing,
the
right?
biggest. I think that was the biggest issue with that movie. Was exactly that.
Yeah, they were like she wasn't Asian. That was like the thing. But in general, I don't know. I didn't watch the Ghost in the Shell. I did watch Alita Battle Angel, and the CG was ridiculously good in that movie. Because like you have to remember, like Alita is not a human; she's like a cyborg thing. So they had to like animate her eyes. They had to animate like her robotic parts and whatnot, and they did a pretty good job with it.
Oh wait, now that going back to the main topic of like this, what we're talking about, you know what would be a good one? Something that we recently watched, Vivi.
Oh, Vivi would be really cool.
Mirai Nikki is another one I would like to. You don't look. It's a battle royale, and seeing the success of Squid Game.
No, I was thinking of Vivi. I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, the what's
it'd be like a sci-fi thriller, bro. Like it just you would
because I can already see the cube. Like it's gonna be looking a little wonky.
Little CG. That'd be nice. This whole space thing is like it's whatever because you just gotta do one shot of like the space stuff. Like there's nothing too crazy going on, you know. But it's still it would be pretty nice to see like a live action.
It all boils down to the CG for a lot of these action ones, right?
Yeah. Those fights, oh my god.
But you know what else is crazy about CG is that a lot of animated stuff is going CG now. We saw it a lot with American movies, like Pixar. Those are all CG movies.
Right.
They're not hand-drawn or anything. And if you guys, we all watched it right before the podcast. We watched the Dragon Ball Superheroes trailer.
Amazing.
And that's all CG.
Amazing.
And it looks good, man. It looks good. I have my doubts, when it comes to hand-drawn versus CG. I still prefer hand-drawn.
Right.
But this looks really good.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think Dragon Ball should go with this for the entirety of whatever the fuck they're going to do.
Especially because they're saying it's perfectly easier. Right?
Hey,
it's easier to do action scenes because they can have AI fill in the blanks a little bit. And you don't have to hand draw every frame that you're animating.
After thinking about it, it kind of looks like they've been using this CG during the anime fights for like their movies.
Yes.
If I think back, because it kind of reminds me of like the Broly fight against Goku.
Yes.
In the Broly movie.
Especially when he's fighting Gogeta, when he shoots all the blasts out of his body. Yeah. And Gogeta like goes through and around the blast to like show up right in Broly's face, like cooler style. Mm-hmm. That was all CG and it looked really good.
So I think this one's very, very plausible or very, very doable.
Yeah. I think the good thing about this is that we're getting CG without the 15 frames per second.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys remember Ajin, the Netflix show, that was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. It gave me a headache for like off the fact alone that it was like 30 FPS and maybe less every freaking scene. But it was pretty good. The story was amazing, and they did the best that they could with the situation. But now being able to see CG as fast as it looks, as fluid as it looks, I'm all for it, man. I think that's always been my issue. It was
and it's just a smooth frame rate thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you can do 24 frames per second, and you can animate on twos like every other frame or every 3 frames or whatever with CG, and it'll look fine, but it has to be a stable and constant frame rate. Like Robi, there are some episodes of Robi that look amazing because they had bigger budgets for that episode or they use more of that budget on each episode. But then there are some episodes that look horrible because they took an episode where like the characters are just talking and whatnot, and it just looks bad. It looks really bad.
Cut it down.
Yeah, like everybody in the background is like a gray shadow and shit. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So I know. Do we want more CG anime? I can't think of many other anime like Robi that are CG.
I'm down, man. Hey, man, if you can do justice.
Say again?
Was Land of the Lustrous, is that CG?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the one with the blue girl. That was, I think they fell ill to the frame rate as well.
Even One Piece is using some CG.
Where she was like looking all sloppy. I was like, oh god.
Yeah. You said One Piece is using some CG, Ellie?
Yeah. And there are some scenes, and I'm all for it. Like, it looks beautiful, dude. I've been enjoying the shit out of I've been rewatching One Piece since the beginning till now I'm up to date with Wano, and I've got a couple more episodes left, and I'm just enjoying all the little things. Like, it's very small. It's not like they're going crazy CG like we saw in Dragon Ball, like full CG, but it still looks amazing, and there's still more to go.
See, because that's kind of how I'm used to it being implemented in the style where like most of the scenes are hand drawn. So like Hellsing Ultimate, for example, most of the scenes in Hellsing Ultimate are hand drawn. But when they want to show you like a large thing or a group of like repetitive things,
like robots,
in a huge area, a bunch of robots, or like they released like a bunch of demons in Hellsing Ultimate, but they were all like the same demon in a huge crowd. They did that in CG. And it looks cool because you can do like the panning shot that goes in like a circle around. The camera can be a bit more dynamic and because basically with CG you animate it in 3D and the camera has free range of motion to do whatever the hell it wants.
Right.
Yeah. Because they've been it's been used in anime before, just like for actions or like a few moments out of each anime, but to do a whole production out of it, it would just take time, and then the precision or the what's the word? Something to detail. I'm blanking right now.
Attention to detail.
Attention to detail. But just take time.
And the last thing I guess I want to point out is one place that has been doing this type of thing where it's kind of CG, they're like 3D models, is Arc System Works video games. So like Dragon Ball Fighters has 3D models, but they look 2D until the camera moves. So like if you hit a down heavy, the camera shifts to like show the character, I guess, animating, like show the weight of the hit, and it looks 2D until the camera moves and shows you, oh, these are actually 3D models. They do a good job of making it 3D but still anime. So if you want to see like this type of CG stuff done really well, I would definitely say check out an Arc System Works game, whether it be Dragon Ball Fighters or Guilty Gear or Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. Any of those games you'll be able to see.
Guilty's different, dog. It looks
and
amazing.
I think from
Guilty looks amazing.
Trailer, it seems like that's the kind of where they brought their inspiration from.
Yes,
because it almost looks like it's like strictly from the game.
It's very
Dragon Ball superhero.
I'm all for it, man. If it's easier for them, if it's easier for the studio, and they're able to do more, like more stuff with less time because they don't have to be drawing a whole bunch of shit, I'm all for it, man. It's more for the people, and I think that's what matters at the end of the day.
Agreed.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna miss the 2D. Like I'm gonna still need my 2D animes.
For sure.
And if you can get that nice animation where they do more animation per frame, so you get that nice fluid signal. Because we all have those.
Nothing will beat a great 2D scene. Nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
Hungry, man. You told us before the podcast that you have a way to fix every single isekai ever. So lay it on us.
So as we all know, we're all familiar with the isekai genre. Yes. We know that most isekais, it's the guy girl goes to a new place, they become OP, and then sometimes they have a harem around them, sometimes not, and then it usually just dies off after that because, boom, like there's nothing more for them to go through. You're just kind of just sitting there, just watching them not struggle. Right. And so after watching Jobless and reading Jobless, and then there's another one that I just started. It was called The World's Greatest Assassin Transports to Another World. Mm-hmm. And what I've realized is what isekais need is to start skipping genres or jumping through genres. So when they get transported into a new world, they start off at a slice of life. And so they start going through the slice of life, and then at a certain point, it skips to a different genre. So then it starts going into like maybe a psychological genre, or maybe seinen or seinen or shonen genre. And so what it needs to do is just throughout like certain arcs or however long the series goes for, just keeps jumping through different genres while they're in this new world. And I feel like that would change the game completely for all isekais.
That would actually be great. Because then it shows like little, as the character increases in depth, I guess, you give them more brutal, or not more brutal, but just more telling situations.
Yeah, different situations to show they're growing in this different world.
Yeah.
I like that. That's why. Go ahead, Haash. You want to say something?
I was just gonna say, like, why don't they just finish? Like, why don't they just know how to end? They don't know how to finish an isekai. They're all ongoing, bro. Has there been a single one that's been done?
Nah, bro.
There's been a few. But it's just what usually happens is they come into a new world and they have to beat some big bad guy. So most of it's just them playing around, and then once they get to the big bad guy, they kill him, and that's the end of the isekai.
I mean, Sword Art probably should have finished after one season.
Oh,
I guess they kind of end season one with this cliffhanger, but
at least the ones I've watched, they're still ongoing, and they're just going like they're going through the motions in some seasons.
There's only so many situations you can put the main character in. There's only so many girls he can save. There's just only so many things.
Yeah,
bro.
but that's after he becomes like OP. But like if you do it my way, where you go through the slice of life, you go through like you're watching them become OP, and then once they hit OP, that's when they finish the whole overarching thing. So they kill the big bad guy or save the whoever it is, blah blah, and then you end the isekai.
That's the biggest issue with isekais. It just makes everything predictable. You know what's going to happen at the end of the day. They're all going to be like just like look at slime. Like from a freaking slime, he became this freaking crazy demonic thing. Well, at least at the point that we're at now, right? Like we don't know what else is coming in the future, and I think they finished slime already. So it's obviously
done?
out already. What it is? I think so. Yeah.
He conquered all galaxies in the light novel.
Oh, spoiler warning.
It's mad formulaic.
Oh, spoiler, my bad.
Formulaic.
Well, holy.
And also, you are disgusting for that. I can't.
But the beauty, I think, one of the ones that actually keep that kind of try to keep that type of beauty.
Too. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like fuck it.
Sick ass boy, man.
I think the one that you guys love
yet, man.
is Mushoku Tensei, and I think that one kind of has it like nice, like you start from birth and then you got to make your way through just life in general, right? And that actually would be a nice touch if all the isekais were like that. Yeah,
it's still formulaic. It's still a formula of we put this person in a vulnerable position by taking them someplace they've never been before,
right?
And taking them out of their comfort zone, and now they have to, progress.
Yeah. I think we just don't want to see everything be easy.
Yeah,
I think
that's why I like ReZero so much.
Don't want to see everything be repetitive. I wouldn't mind if it were easy, if it just weren't that
simple. But guys, Jobless is unique that it showcases like a level of intimacy that other, I guess, like just another level, another degree of intimacy that other isekais don't show as much.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get, I don't know, like when I watch it, like some other isekais, you're just like, okay, they had a rough past and now they're here, right? But with this one, you can see the main character. I forgot his name. Paul, is that his dad's name? What is
That's
the main
his dad's name? It's Rudy. I can't remember his
Rudius.
Full name is Rudeus, but I can't remember his old name. That's his new name.
Yeah, Rudy doesn't like. Rudy's still like a 45-year-old man, but like he's working through all of his prior like setbacks, obstacles, traumas that he had in the real world, and you see him become a whole different person in this one. It's just a little bit different. It's a little bit different.
And I think that's generally the mark of a good isekai, right? Is one that takes advantage of the fact that this person is in a whole different world and they had a life before this in a different world. Like one of the better episodes of ReZero Season 2 was the episode where Subaru goes and talks to his parents in the trial. Because then you have to remember,
chef's kiss.
This guy is he's a different person and he's from a different place. And like the circumstances of the isekai actually matter. I think it's so many isekai, the circumstances of being in a different world only serve to give the plot a reason to exist. And that sucks.
This is the best part of Jobless. Some of the trials that the character has to go through is very unique. You don't really see these type of issues being addressed in other series. Should we spoil it a little bit, Hungry, or no?
Yeah. Spoil a little bit.
There's a whole arc. Okay, there's a whole arc where he's battling erectile dysfunction.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
Oh my god.
You got my watch, man.
Yeah, bro, it's dope. Definitely a series you guys need to tap in if you guys haven't. But it's unique in that sense, right? Like, again, another degree of intimacy that you guys usually don't.
A sick ass degree of intimacy, apparently.
How you battle?
The way they do it is so well done that like it's not played for jokes. It's like you really feel for the dude that he has ED. Because most they would make a like joke after joke after joke after joke, and then you're like, we get it. He has ED. But this one, like, you get a few jokes in there, but then you're like, oh shit, this is really affecting him to a point where like he's having a hard time with it. So like you can kind of feel for the character.
Yeah.
Listen, I can be sympathetic and still make a bunch of fucking jokes because that's hilarious.
No, it's still
like,
it's
funny. When the media makes too many jokes and you're like, all right, we get it. Blah 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 blah. We get it. Yeah.
Or they tell the same
for sure.
joke
Listen, I'm gonna be in the mud with him, like as I'm watching. But good God, is that funny?
Oh yeah.
And then they're usually the same jokes you've heard over and over
your
again.
little laughs too.
Yeah.
But that's like, again, that's the mark of a good story. You take a funny circumstance and you investigate it to the point where it becomes real. And there are multiple dimensions to this thing instead of, oh, this is just the punchline, or, oh, this is just the conflict. You have multidimensional, not just characters, but circumstances, and your world is multidimensional.
And that's why I think they should change them throughout the genres. Like, be able to go to slice of life to whatchamacallit, a psychological thriller or things like that.
Yeah,
because it'll allow you to explore those.
And also, if you're gonna isekai me, isekai, like, do the whole rebirth process. Just don't transform me to another world. I'm tired of that.
I personally just want to feel. I want to see something new. Like, I like seeing something refreshing. You know, like different scenarios that I haven't seen before. Definitely helps isekais be better.
Right.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I don't know. I kind of like the formula sometimes.
I totally understand.
Like a good training arc. Yeah, this is how you do it.
Yeah, I super heavily pick and choose. Like, I haven't watched the isekai in a while, but when I do, they're doing the same thing, but with some of them, I'm like, yeah, this shit is amazing. And then with other ones, I'm like, bro, why are they doing the same tired formula? But they're doing the same general formula.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. I'm listening to the audiobooks for the ReZero light novel for the next arc, since breaking news. Most of the people that were working under the White Fox studio, most of them fucking quit and left. So I'm pretty sure they're not gonna make that shit. So I gotta visualize everything now from now on, bro. I gotta put my imagination to work. And so I've been just listening to everything, and I've noticed how heavy it is on politics and stuff, and also the fact that I don't know if it's with all light novels, but the way Tappei wrote the damn thing feels like a fucking script. Because I'm listening to it with like different voice actors, so voice actors for every character.
I bet it sounds like a table read.
Yeah, it's like they're playing D&D or some shit. Nah, it's amazing. It's really great. The only problem is they're doing it in Discord and stuff, but it's pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like a play? It's like a play, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But
they're like that.
But they're actually doing the voices pretty nice. Like, they're doing their own interpretation of the voices, right? Subaru is British, but it is what it is. It's still pretty fire, man. It's really fire.
Send me that link. I need
to hear
this is basically it's gonna be for the next arc, like the next season per se. So I'll put it on the ReZero channel so you guys can check it out.
How do you guys feel about like a lot of movies having British actors?
I'm fine with it. I have no issue.
Listen, they're good. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Like, when you say British actors, you mean like British
the
actors
American accent?
Americans, or just British actors as like the villain, or as the because I know what in like they use a lot of British actors to tell like old knights' tales and stuff like that.
I think Haash is trying to say that he hates Tom Holland.
No,
I do too.
All right, come on, man.
Hold on,
we out here.
Hold on, is Tom Holland British? I didn't even know.
Yes,
he is.
He is.
Oh man,
see what I mean?
I'm a patriot today, yo. I'm a patriot. Where's my American flag?
Nah, real shit, bro. Fuck Tom Holland till I die.
What? Wait a minute,
yeah, bro.
Shout out to Spider-Man.
I'm the world's biggest Spider-Man fan, but bro took my girl, so am I supposed to be cool with that?
All of a sudden, like Zendaya.
Nah, for real.
Zendaya, if you listening, just get a little
need that.
I'm there for you, right?
I need that.
Okay, he took her, and then who was that? Who was that smashed her on camp? Was that John David Washington?
Wait,
so you got beef with him too?
No, what? Oh yeah.
Like in the movie
on camera?
Oh,
well, not really.
No. Come on. In the movie, I self-insert. Yeah.
No, but this is real life too.
No, I don't, because I self-inserted. It wasn't him doing that. It was me.
No, but Tom Holland got her off screen, bro. That's the issue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, she laughing at his trash-ass jokes. Like, he says pip pip cheerio, and now she's acting like he's Dave Chappelle. I'm cool.
Oh, no, listen, they real deal in love, and it's very funny.
Sick ass shit, bro.
Listen, I'm happy for him because I like both of them.
I like Tom Holland before whenever this shit happened.
Okay, look, my issue
back to
is
your point, Ash.
All right, so did you guys watch Dune?
No. I don't watch Dune yet.
I did watch Dune actually, with no prior knowledge of like the Dune lore, right?
Ooh, so I
went into it blind.
You and me both.
This is okay. Look, man, you got desert people, right? Mm-hmm. You got desert people. Why aren't they all brown? That is my question.
Wait, question. The Fromen aren't all. Oh, you know what? You're right. Well,
some are, but like,
it seems like most of them were brown or black.
Okay.
But just saying brown specifically.
Was that what's his name? Was that Javier Bardem?
This is
the leader of the Dune people.
Javier, I don't remember the
Dune people sounds.
Because he sounded just like him.
That sounds kind of fucked. I ain't gonna hold you down.
I know
the Dune people.
Why the brown people gotta be the Dune people?
Yeah, the leader of the mole, man.
Okay. This is the thing. Okay, like the Bene Gesserit, right? They're dressed like hijabis. You know, you got like this. Like, if you guys didn't know, like Dune was kind of inspired by Islam. Like this Dune series. Yeah, it was inspired.
I wasn't aware, but I could see it.
Okay, so my thing is like, okay, it's been inspired by the Middle East, yada yada. Okay, cool. Brown people, where are they at? Why? What's like? Is it?
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair critique.
It's the same way we feel about everything that we talked about with Cowboy Bebop, Ghost in the Shell, and all the other live actions. It's the same thing, man.
Yeah, but I don't mind specifically the casting of Cowboy Bebop because I always imagined Faye as a white woman just by the way she acts. She acts like a white woman.
Oh yeah. To me, yes.
And the Spike is still, he's Asian, and everybody is like. I don't have an issue with like the races or whatever.
No.
Hold up,
I just have an issue with how it looks.
To me,
I mean, she acted.
No, she
her name is Faye Valentine.
She is
no.
The
actress, I thought was Asian.
I thought she might be half. She might be Asian. I don't know.
Yeah, I think she's Asian.
Well, she is.
Time to Google. Let me see.
Yeah.
No, I think she is. Yeah, I think she is.
Oh,
shout out to Robi for a minute.
She looks fine for the paper. I don't know what the big deal about it was.
Because she didn't have big boobs, bro. That was the issue.
The issue was she wasn't built like an anime character. That was why they were mad.
Yeah, and that's kind of like an unfair expectation.
No, hold up.
How you gonna be built like an anime character?
Well, hold up now. Exactly. Well, hold up. There are people that are built like anime characters.
There are.
Again, they can't act.
That's true.
They can't.
There are very few that are both built like an anime character and can also act. Like we can name them on one hand and have like 3 fingers left over, probably.
I mean, even the ones that have like the large breast proportions, then they're like thicker humans. Like they don't have the tiny waist.
I don't like Spike.
Come on, guys, you guys would be okay with a thicker Faye.
Listen, I would.
Yeah, but
who the hell are you talking
to? In there, bro.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, okay. I would love to see Salma Hayek play Faye too, but
right.
Imagine Meg Thee Stallion as Faye, bro. Come on,
son. I am there.
Look, man.
I am there.
I'm gonna be the Puerto Rican Spike. That's all I gotta say.
Anime TV show.
I'm a kill allegedly.
Look, bro.
I'm a kill John.
I am there.
You know how many Asian porn stars can play Faye? Like, if she sucks as Faye, bro.
Hey, wait a minute. Where we going? Wait a minute.
Where we going?
That's your recording.
What? Oh, yeah. We're here, bro. Yo, I love America, bro. I love America.
Listen, man, and respect these women, into their profession and them honing their craft. I be watching porn, bro. These women cannot act.
Everything we say is respectfully, right?
They cannot act. No, respectfully.
I've seen Asa try to act, man. It ain't pretty.
We own one today, yeah.
No. We just gotta find the best one. You feel me?
The best one?
Yeah.
I think the best one is still a terrible actor, though.
No,
not the best porn actress. You know what I'm saying? Just the best actress.
Just the best girl that's built like an anime character and can act.
Yeah.
Violet Myers.
You really think that Netflix went out of their way?
You know what? Let's stop. We're going down a nasty path right now.
We're trying to
We're here.
We've been
okay, look, guys.
You just said Violet Myers, bro.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think these auditions are just given? Like, okay, do you think with some roles I feel like they chose certain actors, right? But I feel like other roles people auditioned for. You feel me? Mm-hmm. I feel like, and they just chose the best out of that group.
Shit, this is a perfect, like, the Cowboy Bebop's a perfect example. Like, they chose Spike to be, I can't remember his name.
John Cho.
The guy from Harold.
John Cho, yeah.
Who I think is a
John
good
Cho
actor.
was chosen to be.
He's kind of short.
He's a great actor, but I just don't like his face.
Wait, what's he from?
You don't like his face?
Harold Kumar.
Nah, it's way too round.
Among other things.
Shit.
It's like plumpy. Like, compared to how we see Spike, like, his face is way too plumpy. You didn't notice that?
Yeah. No, I didn't think about it.
That's the only thing I can think of.
He was a guy, bro.
Nah.
Oh,
he was literally chosen because of who he is.
Bro, Harold is Spike.
Oh, that's disgusting.
But like the other two actors, I don't know who they are.
Oh, did you watch the trailer, bro? You didn't recognize him?
I didn't realize, bro. He looks a little bit older. Like Harold and Kumar was mad years ago now.
Yeah.
That's how time works.
You know what this is.
That's what I'm saying. He don't look the same, bro.
Simon wasn't watching Harold and Kumar like that.
That's how time
works. I watched Harold and Kumar one time when I was like 12.
Simon was not staying up every Saturday night and watching it when it came on at 1 a.m.
Nah, bro. I watched it. The Christmas one was on Netflix one time, and I watched that shit one time.
But there's two movies, though.
That's the worst one.
That's the only one I watched.
One, right? That's the third one. Holy, bro, do yourself a favor.
Wait, that's the third one?
Yeah, that's the third one.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, watch it. At least watch Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, Guantanamo Bay is the second one. White Castle is the first one.
Yeah.
I'll just watch both of them. I'll report back.
Just watch all three of them.
Yeah, report back, but keep in mind, neither of these movies could be made today.
Yeah. I'm gonna come back from watching Harold and Kumar and cancel this guy.
Yeah, probably.
Well, listen, I don't know if you're gonna cancel him, but I can tell you're probably not gonna go back and watch the movies again.
Oh man, I'm excited.
But yeah, he was chosen for this role, and then the other two, I think they auditioned for it.
Auditioned or something.
They could have made a better choice.
How much of the budget do you think is sunk into John Cho?
Majority.
I don't know
about the majority, but a good amount of it. Honestly, like I said, that space background or whatever, it looked pretty okay. Like with the billboards floating in space and whatnot.
Do you think John Cho is the reason why I forget which trailer it is, if it's the first or the second one, looks like a bunch of fucking comic panels?
No, it's the second one. It's the one that
I think they did that on purpose.
Oh boy. Okay, I stayed quiet when you were talking about that because I wasn't sure if I'd seen it. I saw that. Buddy.
Sick shit. Yo, bro. It was disgusting.
You know how I'm judging this? If the spaceship looks stupid. If they go into a spaceship, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it just looks like they went into like a green screen. like you know what I mean?
They just walked into a broom closet. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can clearly see the outlines and shit.
Coffee cup just sitting right next to it, like fucking
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. There's water bottles everywhere.
You got Starbucks. Oh my!
This is disgusting.
That would be hilarious.
Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, I honestly, bro, I think, like, kind of getting back to the original topic a little bit. I think that a lot of my favorite, like, slice of life and like maybe even like some of the better sports anime, I think like those could be made into live action movies pretty easily and done well. Like I'd love to see a Slam Dunk movie. I'd love to see like a Hero no Sora. Like I think that would make a good live action movie. Your Lie in April, I think would make an amazing live action like tragic romance. That's just me personally though, because that's like my favorite anime. But I don't know. I feel like it can be done much easier than what they're trying to do with Bleach and
all the fantasy ones.
Death Note.
No, you're right.
Bro, they
all
keep picking the ones that are hard.
Yeah, that's the thing. What they should know is they need one to pop, and to do that, they should pick from the ones where it'd be easier to make a hit out of, which, like 100%. I said, like slice of life, or
I think Korea does a better job at that. Koreans
know what they're doing. Like they have so many of their webtoons or manhwa.
Yes,
that turned into live actions. Like I've watched one back in the day called Fly Daddy Fly, which was based on one of their earlier manhwas. That was about a dad who beat up this boxer, this high school boxer. He trained to beat up this high school boxer. This like 40-year-old middle-aged grown man wanted to beat up this high school boxer who like abused his daughter in a relationship, right? And it was done so fucking well, bro. Like so well. I shouldn't have cussed.
Okay, because listen, you should have led with the abuse the daughter in a relationship part, because I was not rocking with bro.
I was cracking up. No, if you had taken
I was
that
like,
off,
he trained to do what?
Even funnier.
No. So
part off.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, that's the reason why he wanted to beat the kid up. But he was in such a disadvantage because he's like this old, unathletic guy.
Yeah.
Right? And this high school kid was supposed to be like the prodigy, the next big thing coming out of Korea. Mm-hmm. Like his whole life, like his whole like 18 years of living, he's just been training to be like the ultimate like martial artist, you know, or like a combat athlete. So like he asked these delinquents to train him into a street fight. Like, how can I beat this guy up? You know, it's a good movie.
Oh, you know what? That reminds me of another one, Megalobox.
Megalobox has a live action?
No, it could be a good live action.
It could be.
Yeah, that would be great.
That's very doable. That's very doable.
I'd really like to see that.
Tokyo Revengers. What do you guys think?
They already did that.
Yes,
they already did that.
Yes.
They already did a live action.
Yeah.
Oh, word?
Yeah,
or at least there's a trailer of it
for Tokyo Revengers.
No, they did that.
Oh, it's bad.
They doing that. I don't like it.
Oh.
There's a thing. There's a thing with hairstyles.
Oh yeah, they try to do the anime hairstyle.
Shout out to Japan. Hey, it was probably a thing, but there's some certain hairstyles that I just know they weren't rocking back in the day.
Yeah, they got to get rid of like the delinquent pompadours and shit like that. And
yeah,
like
the pomp.
The crazy.
No,
like the hair
no, that's the
dye
thing.
can work. It's like
that's
the
thing. Hair dye,
crazy hairstyle.
Hair dye is a thing, but I don't know. There's some things that
just
don't look natural.
Oh, does it have to look natural if it's based on like
it's a live action. It's not gonna look like the animation.
Okay, that's fine. Of course, you're definitely right. Just don't make it look all crazy and shit.
It has to look good. It can have that cartoonish look, but it has to still look good.
Yeah, like whether you're trying to like make it look realistic or as close to the manga as possible, or
it doesn't have to go to
make it look
extent.
I think it depends on like how serious you're trying to take it. Like, is it supposed to be super dramatic, or is it like somewhat of a comedy? Like, can it be comical in a way? Like, how far removed from real life do you want it to be? Like, do you want to like?
If it's Tokyo Revengers, I feel like that should have a little bit of comedy into it. So I'd get why they would go with like keeping the crazy hairstyles in.
Yeah.
So it depends on the material for me.
Yeah.
So like if it's grounded in our real world, it needs to look like something I can look outside and see. But if it's in like some kind of like because the Marvel universe, it's supposed to be kind of grounded, but you can tell it's in its own like universe. So we give more leeway to it. But if you're saying it's in our world, then it needs to look like I would see it outside, kind of thing. In my opinion.
Yeah, I'm looking at the poster. It doesn't look bad.
No.
Yeah,
Michi's fine. Takamichi's fine. He's not my problem.
I mean, like, look, guys, it's a bunch of tatted high school kids or middle school kids that
look like grown men.
Yeah.
That's another thing too. You can't do much.
So like, there's a element to this where the absurdity maybe doesn't lend itself super well to live action, because there are like things that we see in anime that we kind of take as normal when we wouldn't take them as normal in real life. Like there's just sus ass shit in manga and anime that we kind of just
that we've just been conditioned to like not be concerned with.
Yeah, like there's always like, obviously the idea of a harem anime in and of itself is somewhat problematic, but like within that concept, one of the like mainstay harem characters is the little sister archetype who loves you a little bit too much, you know? And kind of just let that slide. And that happens even outside of like a harem style anime. There's always that type of character. There's a lot of weird stuff.
Like in Snafu, for example.
Yeah.
Would you call that that's not a harem? No.
Nah, that's not a harem. That's like a rom-com type anime.
Yeah, for sure. The ultimate rom-com, in my opinion.
Yeah, Japan loves those weird like romantic complexes between like different are like different type of characters, like siblings.
Like,
no, just say it. Between family members.
Not just family members. Like they also have
teacher
like
student.
Teacher student is another one. Yeah.
Like if you've ever played Persona 5, 2 of your possible love interests are 1, your homeroom teacher, and 2, one of your like doctors, or like one of the grown women you know that's a doctor.
Oh, I love her.
I'm gonna get in my
shout out to Takumi. I love you so much. I wish you were real. Yeah.
Okay, isn't that low key kind of fire that you kind of swooned over? Like, look, there's a lot of things legally wrong here. Okay, even morally wrong here. Okay, but like, if you can bag your teacher, you know
it's
what I'm
all
saying?
vibe, bro. You get to live out your little fantasy in the game. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
It's not, even the manga series that are kind of like based on those relationships. You're watching this little high school kid, right? Get like curry the favor of his teacher, eventually into marriage. You know what I mean?
It's like, what is it? There was one anime that literally went through like all the tropes, like because there was a guy. He finds out he has two new stepsisters. One stepsister he had just recently fucked, and before he found out they were
domestic girlfriend.
Oh,
that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes. And then his second stepsister turns out to be his old teacher. And then he ends up fucking her. So it just goes through all of them, just like knocking them all off.
Look, man, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Domestic girlfriend is good. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be the one.
It is. I finished the manga. It's great.
They have sex. They have sex in it.
Yes.
First issue, first chapter.
Bro, wait a minute. What is this?
Domestic girlfriend. Okay.
This is a hentai.
No, it's not a hentai.
It's like a slice of life.
It's a romance.
Yeah, romance slice of life.
It just has like a fucked up premise. So basically, like Hungri said,
I don't know.
Guy, he meets this girl. Again, we're on the subject of like sus ass shit in anime. And he meets this girl, they hook up, and he finds out, oh, this is his like,
this is your new sister?
Yeah, new stepsister. And then he goes
and then he
on
finds
and
out she's a sister of his crush, who was his teacher.
Yeah.
Dog, but how fast do you get a stepsister like out of the blue? That's crazy.
It was like the day after, a couple days later.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. Okay, I don't know how Japan
meet
works,
your new mom and sister.
Damn, what?
But they ain't see each other.
Yeah, because his dad never told him that he was dating.
Yeah,
that is still crazy. Well, I don't know. They probably do things different over there.
I guess.
I
don't think they do like weddings like we do.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I imagine like the ceremonies and like those rituals aren't exactly the same as ours. Yeah. But
that's a good question. We should probably ask somebody, like
search it up
a
real
Japanese correspondent or something like that. Tell us like how Japanese weddings work.
So Google. Got it.
Do you think they're a bigger thing? Do you think it's a bigger deal when they're like when it's a new marriage versus a second marriage?
Sure.
That might be a thing. I mean, in America, that's the thing, right?
The first marriage is like where they go all out, and the second one is more like low key.
Yeah,
because that's what it seems from the animes that I've seen.
Yeah, like the middle-aged couples that get married, it's just like it just happened. Like there wasn't a real ceremony. Maybe
we
like
fell in love, and then we said, "Let's do this."
Yeah.
Oh wait, traditional Japanese weddings do have a reception party.
Okay,
but I think that's like the first one. So like when they like they first meet, like let's do this, let's get married. Oh yeah, I love you, blah blah. So then they have like the traditional one, but like when they're like in their 30s, 40s, and stuff like that, they're both divorced, already have kids. They're like, yo, let's just like I love you, you love me, let's just get together and let's do this thing.
Oh, okay. We're talking like a second. Okay.
Right. Yeah, because that's what it was.
That might be different.
Yeah, it was like.
Yeah, I might listen. Me personally, I might go ahead and just take it down to the courthouse at that point. So I get it.
Yeah.
So we assume that's kind of what happened, and that's
we don't know for sure.
But it does run through all those types of weird anime-ass tropes that are problematic, and in general. Okay, this is kind of where I want to take the conversation. I have a couple of friends who won't watch anime because it's X amount of degenerate, or, there are all these things that they deem to be either immoral or just not aesthetically pleasing or just weird in general, right? And that's one of those things.
They sound
scary. So how do you, is it good for anime to keep doing this type of stuff when it alienates a certain audience?
Listen,
I don't
dude,
think it should change. I don't think it should change.
I don't have a leg to stand on really because I was that person for a very long time. And eventually I just got to the point where I was like, okay, listen, if the story is good, if I enjoy the characters, I'm gonna watch. Like I was that person, and now I like 4 months ago, I watched Beastars. Like I don't have any leg to stand on as far as like
but it's an understandable place to come from. Because like I don't even like these
something
tropes.
being morally repugnant to me.
Can I tell you something? It's lazy, bro. That's what it is.
Thank you. That's what I was about to say.
I think that's the biggest issue I have with it is it's not just that it's weird, it's that it's weird and it's popular. Like I see it all the time. I don't know.
Dude, jobless reincarnation.
Well, okay. If you
don't talk about my baby like that.
Don't talk about your baby like that. Okay, all right. What you gonna back up? Let's clear one thing out. Let's clear one thing out. Obviously, that first scene where we saw the, when he got caught, doing whatever the fuck he was, and we saw the TV and stuff. Like, obviously, through some research, I checked, and no, it wasn't what we thought it was. So in that part,
just to be clear, in the first scene of the show, you see the guy watching porn and beating off, basically.
Nah, it wasn't porn. It was like a hidden camera.
Oh yeah. You see him watching a camera, and
the thing is, a lot of people speculated that was an underage person, but it wasn't. Okay. And so far in the manga and the base story and all that stuff, like it doesn't say anything about that. So a lot of people were saying that it was a lolly, whatever, but it wasn't. And then you see obviously a 40-year-old man like being this way, and just obviously it's a weird position to be in, but having these thoughts like for kids and stuff is kind of crazy.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing that is kind of a hard sell if you want to like get somebody into anime and they have reservations, is like the idea of a lolly character. Like, this character looks like a kid, but in reality they're a 4,000-year-old dragon, bro. Like everybody knows that joke.
Right.
But
so
it's hard.
To that I would just say they're uncultured. Right?
There's no way.
They don't know what they're missing.
Well, I mean, look, can we think about the idea of immortality? No.
You gotta listen.
Okay, go ahead.
So what they're doing is they're taking Western traditions and mapping it onto Japanese traditions. Those are two different things. So they're technically they're being uncultured. You can watch something and not agree with it, but still be okay with the entire product.
That is true.
I don't have to agree with them. Again, uncultured. All right, go ahead.
Call me uncultured then.
But I don't think the problem is with there being a lolly. The problem is sexualizing a lolly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the issue.
That's why almost every lolly is in a show. Like, there's no point in making a character look like a kid but be an adult if you don't want to sexualize them. Like, that's always why they're an adult character.
That just makes it sick. That doesn't really help the cause.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. I hate lolly characters and want them to die. And
again,
all right,
we do not have enough information from the Japanese lens to tell why they make them lollies.
Nah,
we have a pretty good idea.
That's a whole other topic, dog.
No, but like, okay, we have a pretty good idea, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you guys are familiar with all Japanese lore? Or most Japanese lore?
but I've seen some.
I'm familiar with not wanting to see a lolly in my fucking anime.
No, but that okay. So like when we think about immortality, right? Like it's eternal. Like a lot of people like to attribute the characteristics of eternal youth.
Yeah.
Right. So like when they have these really like old like characters that look young, it's I think a way to show power as well.
Or like wisdom, because I guess there are some characters that are old and wise but look young, like what's the girl from ReZero
and Baiko or
Betty,
the other elves that were supposed to be a vessel for Echidna. They were super old too. They were just like for years and years and years. Yeah, but they were not being sexualized.
Correct.
Except wait a minute,
that's it.
You just
so what we're saying is Hungry right?
Huh? No, not Echidna. The vessels.
Oh,
like Beatrice wasn't being
right?
Yeah, Beatrice.
No.
What was her name again? Ryuzo or
Yeah. But there's different variations. There's one because they have different last names and stuff. The Weiss one had like not American, but had like an English sounding one.
Yeah, so like our issue when it comes to lollies is the sexualization of it, not just the character. Like you can have like, I think we have characters like that even in like the Western like medias, or mediums. Like, can we name some?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Like I'm going through Marvel characters in my head. Like when Bruce lets what's her name, Barbara Gordon join. I think she's like a teenager. She's not like a kid, but she's pretty young. Yeah. When he lets her be Batgirl.
I think she was like 18. Like just right on the
edge. Also, let's be honest. A lot of the things like we think, like these kids are from they're high school kids and stuff, and they're doing all these things. Like, Riverdale was a thing. Okay, wow.
Yeah, Robin is. That's another thing. So in American culture, we have like 7 or 8. We do it in our live actions, right? Where we'll have a 30-year-old play a kid in high school, so that we can have the 30-year-old do a sex scene. To show that high schoolers have sex as if we didn't know.
Yeah. So I can see Japan doing that type of thing, but like obviously when it comes to the school system, but obviously it's not that, they're actually kids. So it just depends. It's not even a moral thing. It's more of it's more of a youth thing. At the end of the day,
technically they're not kids since they're like 4,000 years old.
No. I'm talking about. Okay, not Hungry, not stop.
She's a 4,000-year-old dragon, Hungry.
Yeah, that goes to high school in modern day Japan, right? And she's in fucking 10th grade or some shit now.
Nah, bro, she's a 4,000-year-old dragon.
Nah, son,
stop playing with me.
Yeah, but she's struggling with algebra too.
Yeah, but to me that's like at least like one of the most sus things.
Yeah, man.
No, what was another like Peter Pan? I guess would be a good example of that.
Yeah,
Peter Pan,
really old character that plays, but like he's based on a sick character, like the old Piper. Is that what it was?
Yeah, the Pied Piper.
Peter Piper, really?
Yeah, that swindled kids. Kidnap kids.
Son, have you read those like old folklores like Cinderella and all those?
Oh, they're all tragedies, bro. The horror
they're disturbing, bro.
And they are incredibly dark. I didn't need to know that about Peter Pan, to be honest.
Son, I think the worst one is Pinocchio, bro.
I don't want to know.
Wow.
I'll never know.
That sounds insane.
You got to read it.
I don't think the West has much to like judge Japan.
Yeah, no, they have a lot of things. Like again, like I said, like.
There was like with my friend who I was talking to this about, they're super into like Marvel and they're super into like Nintendo games. And I'm like, well, in Marvel, if you've ever read an X-Men comic, every single X-Men wears a skin tight ass suit. And some of them are 16. Kitty Pryde is fucking 14 when she first joins the X-Men. And they still put her in that skin tight suit to go everywhere. Like, it's not just a Japanese thing. And I think that a lot of people use certain excuses to not watch anime because they either resent anime watchers or they feel like the community is, fucked up or whatever. But
there's a stigma.
Yeah,
there's a definite stigma.
When it comes to but like, and then to be fair, like if you hear the dub dialogue, it turns people off. Like it kind of takes them out of their element. It makes them cringe, hearing certain things.
Yeah, and then you tell people to watch subbed, and they just frankly don't want to read, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm not going to do that either," and that's just how they watch it.
Lazy. Again, lazy. Yeah, it's lazy.
Yeah, I'm glad ReZero didn't have that type of effect.
But if there's like a universal like agreed upon anime that everybody should watch, they'll do it. Like they'll watch Attack on Titan, they'll watch Death Note, they'll watch Akira, they'll watch. What's another anime?
Niggas been lying about watching Naruto for a decade.
Demon Slayer.
That is
true. Demon Slayer.
And niggas been lying about liking Naruto for a long time.
Hey. That's a whole other topic. No, that's a whole other topic. But we can't go.
No, we can talk on it. Let's talk on it.
Listen, I love Naruto. I watch all that shit. I'm not gonna allow this.
I love Naruto.
But there are definitely people who did not watch it and lied about it.
People spend too much trying to break it down that ruins it. Like just
it's not that complicated, to be honest.
It's not that deep. Don't make it that deep.
Yeah, there's nothing between one village to the other. There's just forest. That's it.
My younger brother, who's like, I think he's like 16 now. he just went down a rabbit hole of like looking for all the plot holes in Naruto, and it ruined it for him.
You ruining it.
Yeah, don't
he's
think
watching it like a dork. Tell him just watch the show.
No, so he watched it. He enjoyed it, right? He enjoyed it initially, and then he just started to think about it because he's a weirdo. And I'm like, yo, there's other things to keep you busy. But he's like, he went in deep. He went in deep. Okay, he did like, you know how much effort like. Oh no, I shouldn't use that reference. That's horrible. All right, let's speed through it. Let's just say he went in deep, and then he just started seeing things, and he's like, you know what? I'm too much into the Matrix now. You know?
Yeah, bro. Listen, man. He went through his girl's phone.
Yeah.
He got too bored. Yeah. He started asking himself questions, and he went through his girl's phone.
He did want to know the answer to.
And then he found it.
He saw the sausage was made. That's what it was.
Like, bro, it's mad episodes. Right, of course, you're gonna find a plot hole in 400 episodes.
Like with Naruto, you really have to suspend your belief. You know, you really have to suspend. Like, just it's okay, bro. It's okay. Right.
And it's not like in fairness, Kishimoto did not construct the most, I guess, not fundamentally sound, but you know what I'm trying to say, like the most proof, or I guess the most protected against plot hole story ever. You could tell towards the end he was making stuff up as he went.
Yeah.
So
and he forgot about stuff.
Yeah, and then he forgot about stuff. Toriyama forgot about stuff too.
Towards the end of Shippuden, the answer is yes.
Yeah, bro. Like Toriyama forgot Launch existed. Straight up, that's documented. So, do y'all really want to see Launch? Really? Do y'all care about her that much?
I do.
No.
Low key, I kind of, I do.
You care about Launch?
I miss her.
Name one of Launch's characteristic traits or character traits.
She could have developed.
Her name's Launch.
No, well, hold up. She turns into a different. She has a second version of herself.
Yes.
Okay. She could have like entertained certain different things with her. You feel me? Like he could have used her character in different scenarios. Like he used Bulma. You know, like he just didn't try with Lunch. He just did not try at all.
No, he forgot she existed. Straight up. He said straight up. Oh, I forgot she existed.
How do you forget she existed?
Crazy,
like, that's crazy. Yeah.
No, he forgot.
Be forgetting shit.
Like, is that why she got like written out of the manga, or like that happened and then he forgot about it?
No.
He like, forgot. People just started, he forgot to write her in,
and then people started asking. He's like, "Oh shit, I totally forgot about her."
Yeah, and then he wrote her out of it after.
She could have been like. She could have been like another comic relief character. She could have been like a love interest for one of the characters. She could have weirdly became like a martyr of some sort, like a sacrifice, you know? Just many things that could have happened with that specific character that would have allowed the series to be a lot more layered, I guess, is the best way to like.
I wouldn't have wanted them to like fridge her for somebody to get a power boost, but that's absolutely the relationship that Yamcha would have deserved. Somebody who was absolutely going to abuse the hell out of him. Either him or Vegeta. I could see both of them like just deserving to be with that woman.
Yeah, I didn't want her to become like a Z fighter. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. They kind of consolidated the cast, or they have consolidated the cast a lot as it went on. Mm-hmm. A lot of characters either kind of fell into obscurity or left or just got power cut to the point where they can't do 100 anything.
Episodes, maybe.
Yeah. But they did a lot of like bringing people back fan service style and Super with the Tournament of Power and all that stuff.
If I remember correctly, Toriyama had an ongoing beef with the creator of JoJo.
Word?
Yeah, like they had a competition of like who had the better series.
He did. I'm gonna say it. I don't like JoJo. Y'all know how I feel about JoJo.
Again,
not that I don't like it. Actually,
I agree with
Sai.
Everybody who's watched JoJo says the first two are kind of hard to get through, and then the third one's where it ramps up, and then everybody's hating on this new one that's coming out. So
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I didn't like the whole stand mechanic.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, okay. Should we compare it season by season?
Let me tell y'all something, man. I can get my JoJo take off in 12 seconds. All right.
We know it.
Season 1, cool. Season 2, garbage. Season 3, pretty good, but a lot too long. Season 4, one of the best seasons of anime of all fucking time. Season 5 is just season 4, but worse. Part 6 is cool. Am I missing anything? I didn't read part 7.
Part 7's amazing.
But see, it's
There you go.
There you go.
3
So you
good
got
parts, 1
There you
trash
go.
part,
mid,
2 good parts.
great, mid, great.
Shit is
Okay,
a 2-pack
let
of
me-
mid.
Guys, we grew up with Dragon Ball Z, but if we were
Yes.
adults and we were to objectively watch it, how many are really good and how many are like mid?
It's mad mid seasons of Dragon Ball 2, but from the beginning of Dragon Ball Z until at least Frieza dies, but really through the Cell arc is fire.
Did
You
you guys
can't
like
say that
Dragon
with
Ball?
JoJo.
Do you guys
I
like
love
Dragon
the Cell
Ball?
arc.
Like plain Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I was just about to say I would have started with Dragon Ball, and like I would say that Toriyama still probably has the better series if you just look at Dragon Ball.
Oh well, Dragon Ball is dumb fire. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I love
I
the
agree.
Cell arc, bro.
Of course, like Dragon Ball. Look, there's a reason why Akira Toriyama's series blew up versus JoJo's. Like JoJo, I feel like blew up more in like the mid 2000s, but that's because
JoJo fans are gonna beat our ass.
I'm a JoJo
them
fan.
niggas can't fight.
I'm a fan, so I'm good.
Like what?
Nah, bro.
No, but there's a reason why one blew up and the other one kind of just stayed like niche, I guess, or like or it became like a subculture of some sorts. But like, yeah, Dragon Ball was huge and amazing for sure. Dragon Ball Z, I think it rode the wave of Dragon Ball, and it got away with some. I don't know. After Cell,
Less than stellar choices. That's the best way
yeah,
you can put it.
yeah. After Cell is kind of mid. But like,
I would tell anybody who watches Dragon Ball to watch through Cell and stop. Honestly.
Yeah,
Unless you really love it.
Episode after the Cell arc ends.
I don't even want them to stop. I don't even want them to. They have to watch Majin Buu. They have to.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball
Well, here's
Z.
the thing, I don't
And
mind
I want you to see
watching
Majin
Buu.
Vegeta. That's the thing about Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is gonna give you moments still. Like even when it's trash, it's gonna give you moments.
Yeah, you gotta wait 100 episodes to get to that moment, but it is what it is.
Hey, listen, but the moments be worth the wait.
That's true.
When we finally got to the rematch, I'd been waiting like 6 years for. Oh
yes,
boy.
bro. Listen,
I'll say this though. I think JoJo is more creative.
Yeah,
I do too. I think that Dragon Ball follows a very staunch formula, and when Toriyama tried to break the formula, the fans didn't like it. So then he kind of made the rest of Dragon Ball out of spite, basically saying, "Hey, like you guys didn't like that I wanted to make Gohan the guy, and so now you got to read the you got to watch Goku win every single fight."
Yeah,
wait. You trying to tell me the reason why I find Dragon Ball so trash is because nobody liked Gohan being the guy?
Yeah, so after the Cell arc, Goku was supposed to die and stay dead, and Gohan was supposed to take over and be the next protagonist. But fans didn't like that shit, so he brought Goku back.
You know what? Nah, fuck Dragon Ball. That's a piece of shit, dog. Man, fuck Dragon Ball, dog.
Hold up. I think he's lying.
I think it was him. I think
it was pretty proven.
Wait. Watch Dragon Ball to hate on it, or that don't like Dragon Ball like for that specific reason. You are the reason that the shit was more of the shit that you hated. Welcome to the consequences of your actions. That is the reason why you didn't go in a different direction with the show.
Well, I don't
let Haash speak on it.
I didn't have opinion when I was 5.
I think it was a corporate. I think it was a corporate decision versus what the fans wanted.
No, I don't think any fans wanted at the time.
What the fans wanted
at the time.
The fans wanted Goku to continue to be the hero.
Right.
Yeah, but let's be honest again. Go ahead.
I don't know. No, but I don't know about. If we just look at like how big of a character Goku became, like Goku's like close, like he's like Pikachu. You know what I mean? Like he's a brand. You feel me?
That's true.
He's a brand. Like, and how much merchandise that Goku created, like just to kill him off when Dragon Ball Z's red hot, like fire, like when it's red hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't. I don't think it made sense. Like financially to kill him off when you know what I'm saying. Like he was just making so much money and get the fans more. acclimated with his son, which
it didn't make sense. But I think it would have been made for a better story, where Goku did his job.
Story-wise, it would have made sense, but financially, it didn't make sense.
Business-wise, it would not have made sense.
Yeah, so to blame the fans, I don't think is. I don't know if you can really blame the fans, though. You know what I mean?
You can, because the fans drive the business.
Well, he's done it before because of the fans. Vegeta was supposed to die off a while ago, but they kept bringing him back because the fans liked him.
They made him a hero because the fans liked him so much.
Yeah.
But
he's
that's the thing about being a manga creator, bro. Your manga can and will get canceled if the fans stop messing with it. Yep. So you kind of have to go for what the fans like. That's why fan service is the term fan service is such a huge thing in anime. They will do anything to get you to watch, and they'll sacrifice their creative vision to do it. But guys, I want to.
He must be miserable. Holy shit.
Yeah, he probably is. But I want to bring up the fact that the first time we ever tried to do this podcast, you guys will never hear this episode because we recorded it over a year ago. We talked about Dragon Ball being a moments anime, where you watch a bunch of mid and you get to the moment, and the moment is fire, and you just wait until the next moment and you wade through a bunch more mid. And that's just what Dragon Ball is.
That's why
you guys agree with that? Hold on. I don't know. Simon.
You don't agree with that? Think about it. Even the most fire arcs of Dragon Ball got like 20 episodes of mid.
But it's building tension, though. That's what it is.
Nah, bro.
There's enough tension you can build, man. Not even one.
Let me tell you about it.
Are you telling me? Hold on. Were you okay, bro? How active? Okay. When did you start watching Dragon Ball Z?
When I was young.
2008. 2008.
2008. Okay. When I was a kid, like this is like the 98, 99, just like throughout my whole childhood, right? Mm-hmm. Dragon Ball Z was airing. And every single week, you'd just be hyped for the next episode. Even though nothing, barely any. Yeah, so it's just the whole time you're like, oh my God, I can't believe what's going to happen next. What's going to like after everything ended, you're like, okay, there's a lot of space, a lot of filler there, a lot of, dull, not dull, but just like nothing moments.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Nothing happened for an entire episode, but when you're watching it week to week,
multiple episodes, not entire.
I can agree with Haash on like the building aspect of it because like. So as he's saying, right, we would watch this shit every week at I don't know what 3, 4 o'clock. It was 4 o'clock had because by the time I got out of school, about 4 o'clock every day. But the show would be on every day, so they would be showing you the new episode the day it premiered, and then they'd also be showing you like the 3 or 4 episodes that led up to it over and over again all that week, like building up attention to whatever was supposed to be coming the following week. And then what I would do is once I finished all that and I finished my little anime slate for after school and whatever the other cartoons were on, I would go into my room. And you know what I would fucking do? I would take the same Dragon Ball Z VHS tape of Trunks fighting Cell, the same 2 episodes of Pokemon that I had on VHS, and the same Sailor Moon VHS that I still have in my crate in my bedroom right now. And I would watch all those motherfuckers to death.
Yeah.
Like it was like it was there was filler for sure. Like that's undeniable. But when Haash makes the point about it properly building tension and it amping you up to like getting to that crescendo moment, like it is real, dog. And you kind of had to be there, like experiencing it real
as a kid, watching it, especially week to week, right, where you don't really feel like when you're binge watching,
I didn't feel the drag at the time. I didn't.
Yeah, you can't feel the drag week to week because you don't know when the drag is going to end, right? But when you know, okay, this arc ends in 30 episodes and nothing has happened the last 5 episodes while I'm binge watching this, it's just bad pacing. So, like, here's an example of a show that gave really good. But here's an example of a show that gave really, really good tension build over the course of 20 minutes. Do you guys remember the episode of Death Note where Light has to kill Ray Pember's wife without letting him know or letting her know that he's Kira? and he has to like get her name. And he's on the train with her, and he's walking to the police station, but he can't let her go to the police station because he needs her name. That episode is nothing but tension because he can't obviously he can't let her know that he's Kira, and he can't tip her off because she's smart, and she didn't give him the real name. Like, she didn't give him her real name, and so he had to find that shit out. And that episode built a lot of tension and not a lot of time, and you're just on the edge of your seat the entire 20 minutes until it's resolved.
It's also a different type of series where it's like a lot of strategy and tactics. So like they can get away with like they have a lot more leeway and create like how do I say this? It's better suited for that type of tension. Feel me? Versus like, how are we gonna build tension? We have to charge up. We have to charge up a few episodes, you know, to battle this like menacing force that might destroy our planet, you know.
Yeah, you spend 3 episodes watching Frieza just slap Vegeta around, you know.
Yeah, or just look at each other for
it's the Spirit Bomb
15
charge
episodes,
bro.
Oh, bro.
Those are the
Spirit Bomb episodes were the worst.
The worst part is like they would say like the last time on Dragon Ball Z, you'd spend like 15 minutes just saying, "Oh, he's been charging up," and then we get like 5 minutes from him
charging up more.
Lend me your energy.
Well, but check this out. Throughout the whole time he's charging up, all of his homies are fighting Frieza as much as they can, right? Frieza's looking at that ball like, that shit ain't gonna do nothing, you know? That shit ain't gonna do nothing.
That's the worst part. The Spirit Bomb didn't even work, bro. The Spirit Bomb didn't work. So then you charge up all this tension, and the payoff is trash.
No,
but
listen,
it was
the Spirit Bomb might be
the
single most overrated technique like in the history of anime, dog. Like,
when does that shit work? It don't kill Boo. It don't kill Frieza. Who does it
did
kill?
Boo. No, it killed Boo. It killed Boo.
Oh yeah, he Spirit Bomb Boo twice.
Yeah, it worked the last time.
So you have to hit him twice.
Oh, that's
I did him twice.
Yo, that's a 2-year quitter, bro.
Oh my god.
Bro, Spirit Bomb cuz twice.
And all the Spirit Bomb really is
that's crazy.
It's like a different, like it's a enlarged version of the Spirit Ball from Yamcha.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Which that's how you know that shit was trash, because they ripped it off a trash character.
Man.
Look, Dead Yamcha is like goated.
Yes,
it's a goated meme, dude. Dead Yamcha, like, come on. What
yeah, for sure.
And the other thing about Yamcha was he had the coolest moves in original Dragon Ball. The Wolfang Fist, godlike.
1000%. His shit looks amazing in video games.
But man. Okay. He's dope. Like, okay, that move was dope, right? But after season 2 of Dragon Ball, trash. Or season 3.
Yeah, but listen. Yeah. For that season,
he was fire.
He was the man.
They had to run him out.
He was the man, and he had Bulma. He was that guy.
Did. Yo, he was the man, and he was back. That was crazy.
Is Akira Toriyama tall?
I don't know.
Because he has an affinity to short characters, if you noticed.
Yeah.
All the short characters are badass.
Yeah.
I was about to say something that I'm not sure I can say. So,
like,
about why I'm going to assume that he is not tall.
Well, we know. I mean, Asians don't tend to be tall.
I mean,
except for Koreans. Koreans tend to be tall.
Koreans are tall.
Yeah, I don't think Japanese people.
Yeah, you're right. Japanese people are not the tallest.
Where are we going?
Well, I just look.
Hey, listen. You see why I didn't want to.
They just don't even mention it.
What?
Okay, yeah. That's on me.
No, because I always noticed like except for Cell and Broly, majority of the characters that were really strong were midgets.
Because
like
Frieza's out there running around
small.
like Trey Young.
When he gets stronger, he turns smaller.
Well, that is true.
Yep.
Yeah, you got Gotenks. I was fucking going crazy.
Vegeta's not a tall character.
Vegeta's mad small. That's
he has a fucked up hairline. That's
it. But Vegeta's small because he's supposed to be the Napoleon complex character. Yeah, it's like his thing.
No, the reason I bring this up is because, like, if you remember, like, early Dragon Ball, it was Krillin, Yamcha, and Goku. Krillin and Goku were very small characters, short characters. Yeah. Small, just generally small.
They were kids. Yeah, small.
Right? Yamcha was a whole like, kind of almost an adult male. Like he had the physique of an adult male.
Yes.
And he was the weaker. He was the weaker of the three. I was like, man, you see a little preference here, and like we see like the characters that kind of became nothing at the end of the day,
So you
like
Tien.
Look at Tien today.
So
look at
Vegeta's 5'5".
Okay. Yep.
Goku's 5'9".
Okay.
Yamcha's 6 foot.
Yep.
Tien is 6'2".
Yep.
Oh.
Let me see. Frieza
5 foot flat.
Like 5'4" or something.
Yeah, he's 5 flat.
5'9" is crazy.
Piccolo's 7'5".
What?
Yeah.
Dog, I had him at 6'4" at least,
okay,
dude.
all my favorite Dragon Ball characters are tall. This is gonna be the last thing we talk about before we get out of here. This is gonna be the last thing we talk about before we get out of here. But all my favorite Dragon Ball characters are tall. Piccolo, mad tall. Tien, mad tall. Neo Trigrams. I need all that. Need the Tri-Beam.
Pycon was definitely tall.
Hey, my boy, Pycon, mad tall, mad cool moves, tornado and shit. Who else? Yamcha, Wolfang Fist. You already know, Mr. Bitches. Who else is tall in Dragon Ball? They were fire.
Gohan's
Cell,
5'11".
mad fire.
Gohan's 5'11".
Gohan, grown man.
Adult Gohan, potential.
Adult Gohan's 5'11".
Wasted
Teen
potential.
Gohan is 5'9".
Yo, he got that from the Ox King, man. He got
how
those
tall is
genetics.
Trunks, bro? Nah, how tall is Trunks?
Teen Trunks is
like
5'7", so I don't know what adult is.
I need grown man Trunks. Out the hyperbolic time chamber Trunks. Grown man.
It's not gonna be much taller, and I'm gonna hate to hear
it's
it.
not.
Yo, they don't have
it. In my mind, he's always gonna be 5'11".
He's the same height as Gohan, man.
Yo, for some reason they only have the kid growing is 4'3".
Yeah.
Or Trunks.
Mad tall.
Go. Future Trunks.
Look, man. There's a little. I don't think he noticed. Subconscious bias.
He's like 16. That doesn't count.
He hates tall people, man. And he hates Gohan because y'all did it. Y'all did that to Gohan.
Hey, bro, I'm telling you, bro. Welcome to the consequences of your actions, man. This is what y'all cause, bro.
Yo, Cell Jr. was beating some ass. You guys remember Cell Jr.?
Yeah, Cell Jr. was going crazy.
Oh my God.
He loves the smalls, bro. He loves the smalls. Look, nasty.
Hey, Toriyama, you are sick for what you did to Gohan. I'll never let you live that down.
Listen, I'll never forget him for what he did to Gohan.
Yo, Cell is 7 foot. Oh shit.
Goat.
My God. Yeah, there we go.
Wait,
he got
perfect
one
Cell,
of
like,
the best
all
villains.
versions are like the same height.
One of the best villains, right there.
So, Imperfect Cell is 7'5". Oh shit.
Oh.
Imperfect Cell is 7 foot.
In fairness, about 10 of those inches are like his ear pointy thingies.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, fair.
So he's
the size of a second
6'5", 6'4". Damn, Piccolo's 7 something. That's insane.
Goat.
Piccolo being 7'5" is crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, he is black.
That's fine by me though.
He is black.
Yeah,
I'm glad we can all agree that Piccolo is black.
Correct.
But
and therefore goat.
I thought he was
on that note,
me too.
Piccolo is mad. Piccolo's the goat.
Are black.
Mechians are black. Toriyama hates tall people. And that's the end of this episode, man. Thank y'all for listening if you somehow made it this far. Sorry that we didn't talk about the movies that we said we were going to talk about, but we just didn't want to. We gave y'all a little hint. You saw it. Next episode, no homework. We'll probably talk some more shit. And yeah, see you guys.
Peace.
Later, everybody.
What is going on? Oh my God.